there is one cultural shock that I want to. I was actually missing it out. Is about the Amish.
Oh, the Amish.
Yeah, the Amish, the
No Amish
Amish,
in
the
Kenya.
Amish. I don't know how people say it differently, Amish or Amish. So uh, coming to the US, I didn't expect to have that kind of a lifestyle in the US, the Amish lifestyle. So that is one of the things that up to date I'm still shocked, like with the way they live, the way they don't use electricity, they don't use phone, they don't drive.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the EJMast Plus podcast. I'm your host, Elson Mast, and this is season 2. We got all new mics here, and we also have intro music on this season. For starting this season off with a bang, I have the Bichanga Family with me. Just seen they hit 140,000 subscribers recently, so congratulations on that. Y'all
Thank
can
you.
go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Corey.
And I'm Sylvia.
And so you all have been doing YouTube for a while. Do you know what year you started?
Yeah, I would say in 2021. Yeah,
2021, so we're in 26, 5 years.
that was like 5 years.
Nice. So you all were doing YouTube for about 5 years. Kind of what was your inspiration to get started, or when did you get started with that?
Yeah, we started our YouTube. That was in 2021, and the reason as to why we started our YouTube was to share our life back in Kenya, because we were like, we don't want to share like pictures, videos to individual people back in the US. So we we saw like which platform would really work best to share like also the videos, and that was the thing that actually made us to start our channel.
So kind of just a life blog, mostly for family and friends to start with, and then
I would say that's why we started it. Is just like I when I was leaving to get married, I had a lot of people, saying keep us updated on your life in Kenya, or a lot of my friends were like, we would love to see what your day to day looks like living in Kenya. And so I was telling my husband about that, and I was like, I wish there's a way I could just like update all of them at once where I'm not like having to individually message everybody and be like, oh, today we did this or whatever. So he's like, why wouldn't we just start a YouTube channel and then we can send them the link and everybody can just watch? And so that's how it started off. We did that, and then I did reach out to Lynette Yoder and ask her for a shout out. And I think she like posted our link in her community or something like that. And so we started getting some subscribers in, and it didn't pick up all that much for the first, year maybe. We would work on it, and with YouTube you have to make at least $100 to get a payout, and I remember it would take us like 3 months to make $100. So that's kind of how it started off with YouTube. We just kept posting videos, and at the time he was still having his office and having other work that he did. So YouTube was kind of like just on the side.
kind of a side hustle, somewhat maybe hobby type thing that hopefully makes money someday, right?
We didn't even know it made money when we started. Like, we didn't realize YouTube gets like, you get paid by YouTube once you reach a certain threshold of views and whatever.
Interesting. So yeah, you were really just doing it for the
love
platform,
of videos,
I guess. Yeah. I had your brothers on here and interviewed them about Kenya.
Yeah.
So you would have also went over there with them, and I guess that's where you met Corey, right?
Yep, that's where I met him.
And
Actually, the first week.
Yeah, the first week we were there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long story. We have our our whole love story is a whole nother thing.
Interesting. And so you had moved back with your family for a little while, right? And then
Yeah.
you moved over there and got married. Is that
Right. Yeah. So my family, me and my three brothers were the only kids at home at the time. My older sister was already married. So we went over to Kenya in like 2016, I believe. And we lived there for, well, our family was stationed there for 3 years. But then because of the, you're not supposed to really be dating or whatever, and I accidentally met him and we were kind of dating, so I decided like to leave the mission and come back. So that was like 6 months. No, was it the end of the second year? I came home, and then 6 months later, my brothers were also like, they felt a little bit burned out of being there and whatever, and they felt like they needed to come home to carry on with their life here. And so they came home 6 months after I did. And then 6 months after that, Wayne, my mom and dad came home. So we all came home on staggered
So you
times.
came back sooner than the rest of your family
Yeah,
did.
right.
I got you.
I came back, and it was mostly just because at that point we had met each other and we're talking to each other. And so I didn't really know how to navigate like being on the mission field and not dating or like talking with him. So I was like, I'd rather go home, get a job, and like be able to actually focus on the relationship that had started, rather than staying there and not supposed to be talking. Not like it wasn't making sense. So I felt like my life had moved in a direction where I was like a kid going there with my mom and dad. They were the ones the mission had called to go there. I was like an extra.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just gonna, like, I felt like my life had reached a point where it was in my best interest to like leave so that I could focus on my relationship.
And you had done some blogs when you're over there, right?
Yeah, I
And
used to write. Yeah.
I think, and so that was probably kind of a transition into now doing video or vlogs, I guess.
Yeah, I actually almost forgot about that season of my life. But yeah, I did do blogs where I would update people and write about what our family was doing that week, or culture shock, things that happened. I don't even know where that blog is.
Yeah.
But I used to write, I think, once a week or something.
I just remember when I was I was still pretty young, probably like 8 or so.
Yeah.
And then we would get these blogs from Kenya, and you would have written them, so it's kind of
I
interesting.
really wonder what
and
I wrote.
Then Wayne used to do some vlogs here and there, so that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, he did YouTube for a little while.
Okay, so then after you moved back, I guess you started probably officially dating or whatever.
Yeah, I guess long distance. I mean, we couldn't see each other or go on dates, but yeah, we would talk a lot. Thanks to WhatsApp, we video called for hours. And my dad had kind of told me that once they come back the following year, if I still felt like it was something I wanted to look into, then they would go back with me and just spend time getting to know him, since the mission didn't really support us looking into it while we were there. So he was like, go home, do your thing, and then we'll look into it in a year if it's still something that you want to pursue. So yeah, that's what happened.
So did you go back? How long before you got married did you go back?
Well, that's a good question. The years and dates kind of get fuzzy for me, but I do know that when they came back, we arranged a trip right around the year mark. And my parents and I went back for 5 weeks. You have the years. Which year was it that we came back with my mom and dad?
2020.
2020. So we went for 5 weeks, and then as soon as we came back, COVID hit like really hard, and all the airports were closed and everything. So we didn't get to see each other for the next 7 months, something like that. It was almost a year, 7 to 9 months, something like that we weren't able to travel or whatever. So then whenever it opened back up, of course, I immediately booked a trip to Kenya, and Then on that trip is where I got engaged. And then I came back again. So that would have been the second trip coming back after having come home from the mission field. I came back again, and then my dad got really sick with COVID and almost died. And at that time, we had applied for the fiance visa. So
Okay, I think I'm gonna correct on the year that it was in 2019.
okay.
Yeah, because when we got engaged in 2019, then later, just in that year, we applied for the fiancé visa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we had, like I said, planned for the fiance visa. And then I remember by the time my dad spent all that time in the ER and was almost dying of COVID, we had waited for a year already by then for the fiance visa. And my attorney in Lexington, Kentucky, she was like, I have no idea when it'll go through. She's like, the embassies are all locking up. They've been locked up for a while. And she's like, it could be a year or more that you still have to wait. And, seeing my dad being in that kind of a state and seeing what my mom went through during that time, I was like, why am I wanting to have a soft, cushy life here in the US? Like, why don't I just go and be with him? Because I don't know how, you don't know how long you have with your loved ones. And like, I felt like it was important to look beyond the financial benefits of it and go be with the person that I love, because you don't know how many years you have with them. And so that's what I decided to do. I called him up one day and I'm like, can we just forget about this fiance visa? Like, can I just come to Kenya? And he's like, sure, why not? This is home. Like, I don't mind. He's like, I prefer living here anyway. Like, this is where I was born and raised. This is what I know. So yeah, I went and asked my mom and dad. After my dad got out of the ER, I was like, I'm thinking about forgetting about the fiance visa and going over and getting married and living there. And they were like, well, it's probably going to be a hard life, but it's up to you. If that's what you want to do, then we support it. And so I called him and I'm like, I'm coming. So I sold my car, sold everything, and moved over there. And I went over about, was it 4 months?
Around 3
3 months
3
before
months.
the wedding. I went over and we were able to finalize and find a wedding planner and like get all the stuff ready for the wedding. And then my whole family was able to come for my wedding, and we got married there. So yeah.
Was that in 21 then?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you started your YouTube channel. I think you have that video on your channel.
Right.
Yep.
One of the first
right
ones.
after we got married, like I think a month or so later.
So then after that you were in Kenya for how many years before? Did you apply for a other visa then?
Yeah.
How did all that go?
That's a whole story. So 3 months after we were married, we got the notice that he can come to the embassy for his interview for the fiance visa. But by then we're now married, so we have to apply for another visa. So that was a bummer. We were like, if we would have waited like 6 more months or something, it would have went through. But it was God's plan for us to start in Kenya and go through everything we did while we lived there. But yeah, we applied for the spousal visa then, and then started the paperwork for that and worked still with the immigration attorney in Lexington. And we waited for 4 years for that visa to go through.
Not 4 years.
It was within a couple months of
3
4
years.
years. Okay. 3 years then.
It was a while then.
It took a long time.
You mean for fiancé?
Spousal visa.
Usually 3, not more than 3 years.
And then, so what year did you move over here? I remember was that 24?
24.
Mm-hmm.
December.
So you've been here about a year and a half now. If I'm doing my math right, this is July.
Yeah.
I guess you were doing YouTube all the time over there. How big had your channel grown by the time you moved to the US?
We were Well, I know it was like soon after we got to the US, we hit 100,000 subscribers. And I mean, our channel was on a roll there for a minute, like, especially over the transition of moving here and like all the firsts and everything. Our channel was balling, but it all plateaued out later. But yeah, we reached around 100,000 after we got here.
And so you had quite a few over there already. What would you say is the best advice maybe that you have or maybe that you received for smaller creators? What was the thing that kind of led to your success on YouTube, I guess?
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
I would say consistency in posting. Just post. And you will find your people. Your channel won't be for everybody, but there are people that your content will resonate with them. And the more videos you get out on social media, the more videos you get out on YouTube, the more your chances go up of finding your audience. So I would just say consistency with posting, but also keeping your channel open to the idea of merging and changing with, changing times, changing what's trending, what do people like. But there's all kinds of different YouTube channels. So obviously our type of videos change every day because we do vlogging types. We just vlog our everyday life. And so that changes all the time. But yeah, just post consistently.
So, how many channels? You have the main one, it's called the Bichanga Family. Do you have, I think you have one called Corey the Traveler. Is there any others?
Yeah, there's one for our son, Tavi Lee Bichanga.
So, you have one for him, and then you have one, and then
Yep.
you have the family one. So, there'd
Yep.
be 3 channels. And so, Corey the Traveler, what do you kind of do on that one?
Almost just same thing as the family vlog, but I try to do a bit of traveling, try to show people different culture, different lifestyle, and also to meet to visit like different places. So it's not that very much of a of a family vlog, but I tried also to include my family in it. Yeah, so
And product reviews.
yeah, recently I've been doing a lot of product reviews of different e-bikes, electric scooters, just different products. Yeah.
So, I just pulled it up here. It looks like you have 49.2K on that one. So, that one's doing pretty good too.
Yeah, Tavi, I don't know how many subscribers Tavi has. Do you know how many subscribers you have? Can you count them? 1, 2.
Got 6.84K on that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he's got more subscribers than I do. Yeah.
We haven't been posting consistently on his channel. I've tried recently to do more vlogs for his channel because his channel was monetized, but we didn't post for so long that the monetization went away. So now we're trying to get the monetization back up again.
So you can get demonetized on YouTube?
Yeah, if you don't
Yep.
post for like a year.
No. The reason as to why it was demonetized, it's because we had almost the same content on both, like in the main channel
Oh.
and on his channel.
Oh, I didn't even realize that that's why it was
There was like
demonetized.
So
almost close to 3 videos.
they were like, it's kind of copyright or whatever.
Yeah, so 3 videos were just the same. So I decided to pull down the 3 videos, and right now we had to start afresh again, like to accumulate the 4,000 watch time hours. So
Which he's
we are
already almost there.
yeah.
We posted like 3 videos and he's already almost there.
So after you get monetized, if you post, say, once a month, will the monetization stay a lot, or do you have to stay above the 4,000 watch hours? Is there kind of what kills the monetization, I guess?
For me, that's like I've said, if you have like a duplicate content with other YouTubers, that's what usually cause your channel to demonetized. I'm not sure about, not
About
use.
keeping the viewership
Like,
up.
I'm not sure about inactivity. I was thinking it's like a year, like if you cross over the year mark of not posting, but I don't know for sure.
Because
I thought that's why his was
I'm very
demonetized.
sure
I didn't realize it was.
it didn't take 1 year. I used to post like short videos.
That's true.
So it won't be like.
Because
a
I
certain
did
period of
hear
time.
that YouTube was experimenting with some new stuff where if the videos were even like basically just a copy, like I make basically the same video as you do, then they'll sometimes copyright it, even if it's not
Yeah.
the exact same video.
Yeah.
They want more originality, I guess.
Right.
Which is not a bad thing necessarily. Like all these people out there cloning big people, and
Yeah.
it's just feels like
Some of them make a lot of
the
money off
Temu
of that.
version or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, so I don't want to mention names of this area, but you find that it has a lot of YouTubers, and almost everybody wants to become a YouTuber. So they try to record the same event with different phones, but same time. So you find like most of them, their channels, they're being demonetized. So I would advise like if at all you're a YouTuber, try to just do your videos or your vlogs, not at the same time with other YouTubers. Yeah, just try to be unique. Yeah.
Okay, so that was a little bit about YouTube and y'all. So let's go into. We mentioned earlier you moved to America in December of 24. Let's kind of talk about some stuff you really enjoyed about America, some cool first stuff you've seen here, some stuff maybe that was different. So I guess starting off, didn't you, if I remember right, you came over to surprise your family for Christmas? Is that correct?
Yeah, we did. Well, my mom and dad had come over a week before Tavi was born, and then they actually lived with us for about 3 months when he was first born. And over the time they were there, we got the news about his visa going through and the interview and stuff. So they went back home, and it was like 6 weeks later after they got home, we were coming home. So while they were there, we kind of planned with them, like, you guys get all the family together at your house for Christmas, and then we'll walk in and surprise them. But we still didn't have tickets or anything, and we were still waiting on Tavi's passport. But it all worked out, and like Christmas Eve, we came home and walked in and surprised all my siblings. So that was pretty amazing.
That was pretty cool. So I remember, like, I was watching all the videos over that time. It was kind of interesting. Corey, seeing you, like, experience American things for first time, like Chick-fil-A and, like, Walmart and stuff like that. So the automatic doors at Walmart, I think that's something you had maybe mentioned. Not very many automatic doors in Kenya, or?
Not automatic doors, but the automatic...
Or was it the paper towel?
Paper, yeah.
Oh, the paper towel thing. So,
yeah.
Would they have automatic doors in Kenya? Or?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, but not the paper towel roller.
If you go to big hotels, which you find that most people, they don't get that chance to visit, only for the rich people most of the time. So that was one of the things that I was very, very...
Which I would say
shocked.
we probably have more like automatic things here in general than we would in Kenya. Yes, there's automatic doors, but not like it is here. Like every door is automatic here, almost like in the, big supermarkets and stuff.
A lot of the stuff here is like automatized, or whatever you would say, like made automatic as much as possible.
Yes. Even the balloons. We were at Kroger's the other day, and he was freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
How that...
Yeah, that was my recent
Culture shock.
Cultural shock.
Well,
Yeah.
so the balloons. What with the balloons?
Back in Kenya, if you go to buy a balloon, they just give you just a balloon with no air inside.
Uh-huh.
So over here, we were just, was it in Kruger, right? Mm-hmm. And this old, beautiful lady, she was like, does he want a balloon? I was with Tavi and we were like the three of us. Then she was like, does he want a balloon? So we were like, yeah, sure. So she went, got one of the balloons, and she was using what?
Like a helium tank.
Helium tank. And immediately I was expecting for her to like either tie, or use a rope. That's how we usually do. We tie a rope or something. But she went and just slide it somewhere and it locked.
It tied the balloon.
Interesting.
Like she did it like in less than
2 seconds. It was done.
yeah.
That's interesting. I haven't seen that yet. And then I remember one of your earlier videos. You were at Walmart in the evening, and there was this robotic sweeper in there just doing his job. It's kind of funny.
But to start with, if I can just talk about some of the cultural shock that I faced or I saw when I first, you don't say you experience, right? Cultural shock was when we first landed, how cold it was, because we came in December and that was during winter. It's always winter time. So it was extremely cold, like very cold. And back in Kenya, we just came from a very hot
In December, it's the hottest time of the year, like January, December.
Then coming to just a very cold environment, that was extremely like, I didn't expect something like that. Then the next thing was how clean and organized the road is in the US. Like, people are following the stoplights. That was so crazy.
They don't do that in Kenya?
There are no stoplights. There's mostly roundabouts. Well, they are getting more stoplights, but mostly roundabouts. But also just like there's no trash, there's no cows, there's no pigs, there's no goats, there's no sheep.
And
like
there's very less people. Like just driving from the airport, coming home, just you couldn't see anybody walking beside the road. That was I was like, what?
Because in Kenya, if you have a car, you're considered, middle class to wealthy.
Yeah.
A lot of people do not have cars. Like the larger population, you can go to a church and there's like 4 cars and there's like 500 people inside.
Wow.
But then here, like we drive into church and there's like 50 cars and you get inside and there's probably 49 people.
Yeah. It's like even our family, I'll always drive myself. Mom and Dad will drive.
Yeah.
So
We
the
did
siblings
that
will go because we like our independence, I guess.
And you wanna leave when you wanna leave.
Yeah.
But like that was so strange for him. Like he'd get into a parking lot and be like, "Oh my gosh, there's so many cars," and we get inside and he's like, "Where is everybody?"
Yeah.
So the first day it was just crazy. The first day, let alone even other days, but the first day it was crazy. From there, like just driving very organized road, people are following the traffic rules and all that. Then the Chick-fil-A, going to use the washroom. After I was done trying to find like we call them
Paper towel.
toilet, like the tissue or the toilet papers. Looking for it, I couldn't find it. So finally I saw this
Holder.
on the wall. So trying to look for it. Then finally I just slide my hand below, like, then immediately I had something like a printing machine. And I was like, what? Then after that, because we actually landed at around 4. And around 5, like it's almost dark. It's dark. 5:30, it was completely dark. I was like, what is not happening? So those were like
Like they don't have time change there. So the whole thing of winter being dark early, and then during the summer it's 9 o'clock and it's still not dark. Like
They're
that's
a lot
so
closer
strange.
to the equator, right?
They're on the equator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have like summer long days
Nah.
and winter. Because we're getting into pretty long days now. And then always when it comes to winter, it's just like leaving when it's dark. It feels kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could definitely see if you're not used to that, that
Yeah.
it gets dark. It'd be pretty weird.
That was crazy for him. And still, even on our vlogs, like sometimes we'll be vlogging and we'll be like, yeah, it's already 8:15 or whatever. And the sun is still out. And people are like, what do you mean? It's like 8:30 and the sun is out.
Or even just 9,
Yeah.
9:30 is when you start to see like darkness or something. It's not, you can't see that in Kenya.
In Alaska, it's even way more extreme. I think they said up there the amount of daylight changes by 7 minutes a day. So, like, it'll get 7 minutes longer, and then till the summer solstice, and then it'll get 7 minutes shorter. So, like, you can, like, see the sun at midnight. Our family went up there 2 years ago, and we were not all the way north, but we were still up there. It would not get dark till, like, 1 a.m. or whatever. And even then, it's still dusk. And so it was kind of weird once we came back down into, I think we came down through Canada into Washington. And I went to the shower house there at the KOA, came out around 10, and it was dark. And that was just super weird after like experiencing light for so long.
Right.
But so, yeah, your first, what did you think about the food, I guess, at Chick-fil-A the first time?
Yeah, the food was, I would say the Chick-fil-A was not something different. Just the way they prepare, it's different. Like the fries, they make
waffle
it in a
fries.
different way. In Kenya, we just have the fries, like just the normal fries, you know. So I wouldn't say that was something that, when it comes to food, I was shocked about it. But now, like, lettuce and the other American foods, like there's like too much sugar. Americans with sugar.
And salt too.
Yeah,
Like
for
that's
sure.
one
Not
thing.
even salt. Sugar is way too high, like too much.
And
Yeah.
even, I'm not sure how it is in Kenya, but right now with the World Cup going on, you see a lot of videos online of all the Europeans over here. And they can't believe like how big our sizes are. Like they ordered a small and it's still pretty nice size, you know, because like we take our sizes seriously. I guess everything's bigger in America.
Yeah, it really is. Even in Kenya, like we were talking about how like if you would go order pizza there, which their pizza is very disgusting. But if you would order pizza there, like their extra double large is like the size of maybe our medium to large, maybe large. But that's like their beast size is like, and I'm like, wow.
You haven't seen Snappies yet.
Right. When they'd see that size, like I don't think he's even seen that size. Snappy's Beast is like half of this table.
You need to go see that sometime. That's a
But
sight to see.
you need to try the KFC in Kenya.
KFC in Kenya is way better than the US.
Yeah.
I do not touch KFC here in the
Yeah,
US.
I'm not, like, I think a lot of times it's a little dry for my liking here.
It's disgusting.
It's, but I like Chick-fil-A pretty good. And then, have y'all tried Raising Cane's?
I think we did.
It's up there right beside Chick-fil-A in Eastgate. And that's
We
pretty
tried
good
it.
as well.
We were coming home from somewhere. I'm trying to think where we had gone, but yeah, I remember we went to Raising Cane's with Wayne and the boys and a whole bunch of youth. I forget where we were coming from. But yeah, we've had that.
Okay, welcome back. We just took a little break here, and we are back now. So, we were talking a little bit about culture shock, and that was kind of interesting. So, what would you say is your favorite thing about America now that you've lived here for around a year and a half?
So before I answer that, there is one cultural shock that I want to. I was actually missing it out. Is about the Amish.
Oh, the Amish.
Yeah, the Amish. The
No Amish
Amish,
in
the
Kenya.
Amish. I don't know how, people say it differently, Amish or Amish. So coming to the US, I didn't expect to have that kind of a lifestyle in the US, the Amish lifestyle. So that is one of the things that up to date, I'm still shocked, like with the way they live, the way they don't use electricity, they don't use phone, they don't drive. I would compare that with a village, just a village somewhere in Africa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
America is a really interesting place because you have all of these different like cultures and stuff within America, and like America is massive. Like, if you look at driving across Texas takes like 10 hours, and you can drive across most of like the EU in 10 hours. So like
Right.
that's
Even
kind of
like
the cool thing is you can
almost Kenya, driving across just Kenya, it's almost between 10 to 14 hours. So you can
Well, I
imagine.
remember Dad said that Kenya is the size of Texas,
Yeah.
So
like the whole country.
that's what I kind of enjoy about like the U.S. is you can travel so much and you never need a passport.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go all these borders and stuff. So,
Right.
yeah, what would you say your favorite part about America is?
Favorite is how organized when it comes to like driving, and yeah, mostly.
Yeah, nice and organized. About driving, that's kind of interesting. Or something I was wondering, I guess. In Kenya, do they drive same side of the road or do they not? Maybe they don't have
They
lane
sit on the
markings?
other side of the car and they drive on the other side of the road.
Okay.
So everything is opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we went to Ireland, our youth group went to Ireland, and that was the biggest thing that would trip us up is because the seat is on the other side and you
We
drive on the
still
other
go
side.
to the wrong sides of the car.
And it's just like you would see one of the youth guys in there and be like, why is he driving? And then it's like, oh, he's in the passenger seat.
Oh, it's so hard to remember.
Like even up to date, if I go to our truck, at times I have to like try to look through the window, like where is
Me too.
where is the steering? Because at times I find myself in the passenger and I want to drive the truck. I remember we went back last year and we went through a lot because
Then you go back to Kenya, then you struggle again.
again you have to like you have to keep left while driving on the right, like you're on the right,
Yeah.
and you have to keep left. So most of the time I could drive I could keep right instead of left. So that's one of the biggest challenge that usually happens when we travel, like back and forth. Yeah.
So, favorite thing about America, probably organized roads. Kind
No
of
trash around.
more organized around here.
Yeah,
Clean.
basically
And-
just organized. America is well organized.
And then, kind of, what is the biggest thing you would miss about living in Kenya?
Food,
You like the Kenyan food?
very much. Yeah. American food, like I said earlier, American food has a lot of sugar. And some food, I came from where we could eat like 3 times a day. Over here, we eat like twice a day. So that is also something that I had to like, it's totally different from Kenya. Kenya, if you go to a Kenyan family, they'll give you food all the time, morning, lunch, and supper. And over here, I noticed like people eat very early, around 5, 4, 5. So
In Kenya, you eat before you go to bed.
Oh,
Which, I mean, here people
Between
eat breakfast, lunch, and
7
supper as well. I
between
guess
7 to 9.
our family would eat more like 2 meals a day, but most Americans eat 3 meals a day.
Oh,
Yeah. But the timing would be different. Like most Americans, supper time is 5 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Most Kenyans, supper time is more like 8 to 10.
I remember,
Gotcha. And so they'll eat just, and then what time do they go to bed normally?
They eat and then they go to bed.
Okay.
Like
so
as soon as
go,
they're done eating,
go to bed on
they
a
go
full
to bed.
stomach.
Yeah.
So
If
between
they
8
don't,
to-
they can't sleep. Like they'll wake up hungry.
between 8
Interesting.
to 11, majority of the people.
Yeah.
So I remember back in Kenya when she came back before we got married. When she came back with her parents, I remember there was a time we went out, we had breakfast. We were still in Nairobi in one of the B&Bs or hotels. So we ate breakfast in the house. Then later in the afternoon, around 2, 3, we went out and had lunch. And it was a bit heavy lunch, you know. So I didn't even order like a lot of things because I knew we were going to have supper because it was around 2, 3 in the afternoon. And we are used to eat around 12, 1. So later that evening, I think, if I remember well, her parents were leaving, going to get some ice cream and things like that. And they asked us, like, what do you want? I was like, no, me, I'm okay. She ordered some ice cream. Was it ice cream or?
I can't remember.
So later that night, everybody went to sleep. And I was like, wait a minute. Where's the supper?
We had, in our minds, we had a late lunch, did a little bit of snacking and ice cream and went to bed.
Uh-huh.
And he was waiting for like meat and ugali. And
Yeah, I was. That's also something that I was a bit shocked. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So I think we covered quite a bit about that. I'm sure there's a lot more that could be said, but I guess now let's go into what are your plans, I guess, for the future of your channel, maybe living here in America.
yeah, so right now we just kind of video our everyday life, but we do have like travel plans coming up, and we want to kind of slowly try to visit all of the states in the US. So we are planning to have a trip out to Missouri next month. So we have a RV, and that's what we'd like to do is like travel around the states and visit different states in our RV. So that's kind of our plan. And then, of course, once a year, we like to try to go back to Kenya. So probably a Kenya trip is upcoming as well.
So kind of do travel vlogs as well
Yeah.
as your daily vlogs.
Yes. That's the goal.
Also, just kind of out of curiosity, have you ever been on a podcast before?
Have we ever been on a podcast before?
No.
I don't think so.
Most the ones that we've been to are mostly interviews,
Yeah.
and I don't know if they're the same, but I think they're a bit different.
Yeah.
We've been to a couple of interviews.
Like when I was in Kenya selling the food on the street and it went viral, the news stations would come and interview us, but we've never actually been on a podcast.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that about does it. So any last thoughts before we do the outro?
Yeah, I would just like to say thanks for having us on the podcast. And for you people at home watching, make sure you subscribe and share his channel and like the video and leave a comment. That'll boost his channel.
Yeah, thank
thanks.
you so much for hosting us.
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming on. I
Yeah.
was kind of excited that I was able to get some popular people on here.
I don't know about that. We were really excited to be here. We were really
Yeah.
stoked that we could come. Yeah,
So-
for sure.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for listening or watching. This video can be found on YouTube as well as Apple Podcasts and Spotify. The video version would be on YouTube and Spotify. And please consider liking and following. You can also check out my website at EJMast.weebly.com. EJMast.weebly.com. And until next time, God bless. Any last thoughts, any last things you want to say yet before we do the outro?
Oh, well, I just want to say thanks for having us. Oops. Yeah. Tubby.
okay.
We're almost done, buddy.
But
We're almost done.
he looks excited about this.
He's so tickled with the mirror. Where?
You want to go out and watch?
He wants to come check on us and then he leaves again. Make sure we're still here.
Yeah, be a shame if you disappeared.
We've caused you a lot of editing.
No, that's fine.
Sorry.
Okay, let's try that again. I had a train of thought that was going to go somewhere, and then I lost the train. This is why it's not live. Maybe we can take a little break here. It's been 45 minutes. I'm going to fill up the water, and I'm going to blast some AC for a little bit.
All right.
I always get so warm when I'm recording, but you can't have the AC going.
I know. Are you having fun, baby?